Hey everyone, welcome back to our guide to glory on the guide to Gloryfinder, where we are officially halfway done with our deck openings, which means that I can now stop doing the juggling thing. At this point, we're definitely just going to be saving my spell deck for last, because you guys already know this is my main craft, and just look at it. We're freaking Gearconk Robot Maker. So today, we're looking at, what's your name? Pharrell, Chris Pharrell, Exalted Blade, the Swordcraft deck. Or close enough to Swordcraft, because you guys know Gloryfinder's whole gimmick is that multicolor format where you just run one of those for everything. Basically Highlander. If you guys missed the last few videos, make sure to check them out. I'm going to have a nice little playlist for them. And here we go. Starting things off, of course, with our nice little leader as I separate the evolutions off screen. Looks like our tokens for deck are going to be pretty basic. Just our knights, skeletal soldiers, shield guardians, and Leonidas. Oh, Leonidas is in here. Nice. So basically just make dudes. This one has ward. And this is a nice little token that Leonidas makes. That makes it so whenever you play a Swordcraft follower, it gets +3/+3 and rush. Not a bad ability. Not sure how it's going to work in a multicolored format because most of you guys being in the power, but it's still a really good card. It sees play to this day. I don't know why it took me 3 different videos to finally put everything on top of the box. It makes so much more sense. Start things off, this is probably our glory card. We have Magnolia. Oh my god, she's back. Battlefield Muse. I said Magnolia here so I can put in a picture of Best Girl, who is a 2-drop 1/4 that evolves for 3, which is pretty high evolution cost. Fanfare, search your deck for anything that costs 2 or less. Put in hand to shuffle. So it's a tutor, searching for 2 or less. She also costs 2 or less. This is not important because she's the card that's going to be searching it, but 3 costs evolution. That feels pretty significant since a lot of our big evolvers are 2 costs or less. I wonder what she does. Let's find out. Auto Evolve shows a 2/5 decent stats, and you're able to give each other follower +2/+2. It's okay. I feel like there's going to be better cards in here than this, but 3 evolution means that, so I'm not sure how I feel about that cost. Just to be a 2/5 that busts your field doesn't feel very worth it. Unless you're able to play this mid-late game when you're buffing your cards, but this is literally the first card we went over, so maybe this is a late game swarm deck. Who knows? Got this 8/8 boy here. Honorable Knights. 8 for 8/8. A lot of 8s there. 1 cost evolve, fanfare, select up to 5 of your followers in the cemetery. Add them to your hand. For the rest of your turn, your hand size has no limit. Okay. For the rest of your turn? Rest of the game. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I feel like this is a glory card right there. Just the fact that it's going to be recur 5 of your Swordcraft followers, and you have no hand limit. Really, really good because of the no hand limit thing. Because, what was it, 7 I think? I feel like it's 7 on top of my head. Just up there, there it is. Alright, see what you do when you evolve. It's already pretty good for 8 for 8/8, that's just recover stuff. It doesn't have to do anything else, honestly. Then when it evolves, it becomes a 9/9, which is a slightly better stat line. And he gains the effect on evolve to select a number of face-up evolve followers and return them face down. There's a reset button. I like it. There's a generic angel that does kind of a similar thing. Just on evolve, flip down a bunch of your evolution cards and gain 1 play point back for each of them. This way you'll gain play points back, but in combination with his normal skill to return cards back from your drop zone and then flip them all face down, you're basically just going to be targeting a bunch of evolving units and being able to reuse them. Effectively double cost on half of your evolve deck. Yeah, I can definitely see him being the main glory guy, so we're just going to do that. Moving on to another evolving unit, we got King Arthur, the King Knight, who is a 7-drop 2/5. Better have good ability for that. Fanfare, if your leader is obvious, reveal top 10 cards of your deck. That's a big reveal. You may summon a number of followers that cost 2 or less from among them, and shuffle them and put them back off your deck. Okay, we stop being right there. On call, scry 10, fill your field. You can hit up to 4 targets with this because the whole 5 card limit to your field. And yeah, just swarm a bunch of little guys, which is going to help out with this chick's evolution. Pretty decent. He also has one other ability that says, whenever a follower is put onto your field, evolve it. Okay! King Arthur, you go off. This is like one of the reasons why we're never going to be seeing Gloryfinder cards outside of Gloryfinder. Because this is a top 10 scry that lets you evolve anything when you play it. Just, you don't matter anymore. You're in the Gloryfinder. Everything's a Gloryfinder. Dude, that card is sick, actually. I love it. King Arthur is actually insane. Moving on from the king to his castle, we got the Sky Fortress, which is a 7 cost, 7/5/6. Costs 7 less to play if there are at least 10 cards on the field. Oh, I think it's like on the field in general, so this will count your opponent's fields as well. So, effectively free if you got a lot of things to flood. Decent stats. Looks like got 2 abilities. 3 abilities, 1 it evolves, we'll get to that in a second. We got words and the last word ability, so when it dies you can select up to 2 cards cost 3 or less from your cemetery and summon them. I'm already sensing, I feel like this could go well with Abyss. I'm only seeing Swordcraft followers in here so far, so it might be mono Swordcraft, but I feel like between the evolution guy and like not even seeing anything else so far, this feels very much like a deck that could pair well with the whole Abyss thing of just putting cards and drops them really fast. Pretty decent ability for essentially a free card. Let's see what happens when it evolves. It goes from 5/6 to 6/7. Ward, last word, select up to 3 followers that cost 3 or less from your, whatever you're gonna call them. Not the best evolution if you think about it. Just goes from 2 targets to 3 targets, but hey, you're calling extra target off it. Still has ward, and still lets you call field, so. Essentially, you're gonna pop this guy down, essentially for free if you have the condition that be able to soak up a bunch of damage, and then once it dies, summon the board back. Pretty good. I like it. We got Odin, the last of the gods, maybe. No, we saw him before. We saw him in a previous video. Basically a 5/4 storm. When Fanfare, you're able to select the opponent's card on the field and banish it. So it gives you banish control. Moving on to some staples, we got Aurelia the Regal Saber, who's classic set 1 card. 5 cost, 6/4. Good stats, 4/6, whatever. Rush Assail Ward, this is a bunch of good keywords. She's going to be able to quick attack one of your opponent's creatures, which is great because Assail lets her attack anything, even if it's standing. And of course she has Ward, so gotta kill her before they can target you. In addition to that, she has a nice little fanfare where you select an opponent, which is going to be great considering there's going to be multiple opponents in this format. If they have, 3 more cards? Then you could give this follower +2/+2 and aura. So it becomes a 6/8 with all those keywords we talked about, and also she can't be targeted. Really solid card. This stuff we see play in most modern Swordcraft decks. Albert evolve. There you go. He's a nice little Stormer that can evolve for 3. Once he evolves, he not only gains this turn ability that he doesn't take damage, which great for him just ramming into the thing, but that's great for ramming into the thing because strike ability, once per turn he could restand. That's right, we got Dragonic Overlord on our hands. One of my favorite Storm units, and just look at him, he looks so cool. I got another staple right here. This is actually a card that I don't own currently, so good pickup for this deck. It says Alexander the 5/6 with Rush to the Sail. Just like Aurelia, he comes swinging right at the gates, boom, boom, boom. That said, you know how we just talked about Dragonic Overlord, how Albert restands itself? This also restands itself anytime it swings. So its entire ability, it being a 5/9 with a lot of defense, you just ram it into the field. So you've got a lot of tiny guys. Sure, we'll use some tokens. You go swing, that dies, 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 and then he still has what, like 4 HP left because usually these are 1/1 little dorks. This is basically a board clear. Probably one of the best generic pickups in here because I didn't have one previously. Except we got a new-ish card in Gwen of the Round Table. This is Rush Unit, 5 for 5/5, decent stat line for its fanfare. Reveal 2 commanders or Arthurian cards from your hand. Recover 2 play points. Then once per turn, the first commander that you play for the turn costs 1 less. So it's really good. One of the gimmicks behind Swordcraft is that followers are mainly either commanders or, followers I think? I don't know, something. This half of its units are commanders. It basically says that you could reveal your hand, get some play points back, and then once per turn make 1 cheaper. Pretty decent. I think this is our first instance of cards being kind of meta in the standard format, but really good in Commander. Because back then there weren't really Arthurian things, and you did want to play the other half of Swordcraft more than Commander cards. So far we've been seeing a lot of Commanders in here, honestly. I haven't seen a single other unit. So this is going to be really good for that kind of strategy. Moving on, we got another good generic card in Gabrielle, who is a 6-drop ward 4/3. When she's played, you give anything that you control a 4/3 and a sail. So she basically just gives her stat line to anything else on the field. Dude, what is this lighting? So she basically gives her stat line to anything else that's on the field. And in addition to that, she also gives it the sail ability to attack anything that's standing. Not that buff, you just slam this on a guy that you want to be your superstar. She's in this. Alright, this is the biggest pickup for the set. Dark Angel Olivia. This is like one of the biggest generic staples that I didn't own previously, and in most decks that you run, or you just run her straight up as a playset. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. You get your Olivia. 5 cost 5/5, a lot of 5s there. Fanfare, you get to choose up to 2 of the following abilities. So you can either gain an evolution point, solid. Correct me in comments below. I'm not sure if this does affect your maximum of evolution points or if you just kind of gain one. Because basically the way that this game works, depending on when you play, you either start off with 0, 1, 2, or 3 evolution points. So you maybe go above that max, or maybe just recover them. Who knows? Either way, effect 2, give your leader +3, effect 3, draw a card, effect 4, each opponent discards a card. This does a lot. You have 2 things that you can choose from these live effects. Moving on, we got a spell. This is the Burst Shots, which is the first non-Swordcraft card we've seen here. Not bad. The quick play, 3 costs. Choose one of the following. So once again, you do get multiple abilities. Select an enemy follower on the field. I'm going to reveal these real quick. First one, you could select the enemy follower on the field, draw a card, and then deal damage to that follower equal number of cards in your hand. Very much goes in line with what Forrest likes to do in drawing a bunch of cards. Or option number 2, deal each enemy leader 3 damage, and it has a Swordcraft effect that will read if I get to a Swordcraft deck. We got the Blitz Lancer here, this nice little cutie. 2 for a 3/1 gold cost card, and it has the evolution, so we'll get to that in a second, and also has Rush. Alright, so what happens when she evolves? Her 3/1 is going to turn into a 4/2, and that Rush turns into Storm. Awesome! So you're upgrading your quick attack ability from attacking a guy to attack anything directly. Not bad. Her being a 2 cost with 1 evolution point means that you can essentially play this down turn 2 and swing for 4 at their face, as long as you have any evolution points. We got the Giant's Bane Swordsman. He's a 3 cost 4/4. Select an enemy follower, it costs 7 or more on the field, destroy it, and this gets +2/+2. So effectively is a 3-drop that is a 6/6 and kills the card. That's insane value for just destroying anything and being a 3/3 6/6. Next up, we got this Noble Knight, who's a 4 cost 3/3. Fanfare, draw 2 cards, you may summon 2 followers that cost 2 or less from your hand. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, we haven't seen too many 2/2s yet, but I think there'll be a lot of 2 cost cards in this deck. Draw 2, call 2 for free. And what Fortress is our first amulet that we see in the deck. This one's going to be able to summon one of your Fortress Knights at the end of every turn, which is great because these guys have wards, so they have to be killed first. Then you can sack it off to gain some life. Pretty good. You are 3 costs, so starting turn 3, you just get ward every turn. Got Alicia the Holy Angel, which I'm now realizing is just in every single deck. 5 costs, 5/5, Rush of Sail, and Fanfare deals 5 damage to some stuff. Next up, we got a pretty interesting Gloryfinder card in Genesis of Legend. This is a 4-cost amulet that says, on Fanfare, each player is going to be able to reveal a non-spell card, and each player whose spell card has X cost summons that creature. With the cost of X reveals that follower, where X is like the second highest thing. So you don't want to have the highest thing, you want the second highest thing revealed, which is kind of a weird way to play things, but it's whatever. Then quick, you can just pay some life, bury it, and kill a thing. Very interactive card, and does have that quick effect to kill something, which is always nice. Thank God, it's the Vanguard card, and it's just a 2 cost 3/3 vanilla. That's all. Next up, we got another good Swordcraft card in Amelia the Silver Paladin, who gives you a choice of 2 different nice effects. First of all, she'll be able to summon something that costs 3 or less from your hand, or secondly, you'll be able to deal something 4 damage. Both really good effects. 4 costs for a 3/3 that lets you either summon a guy or destroy something is pretty solid. Alright, we already mentioned this token. Let's go over the nice real quick. Here's the normal one, just 5/6, evolve 1, no one cares. Fight Bear. When you play him, you target your follower on the field. They each deal damage to each other. That's fine, because you want him to die because that's how you get your Leonidas token. So effectively, you'll be able to clear off 2 cards with this card right away. One with this effect, the other one just 1v1me IRL. And then you get your bonus thing that lets you just win the game later. Moving on to another spell. This is a card that has the Lelouch art, but we didn't get the Lelouch art. Well, not Lelouch, Suzaku. It's a Kokios crossover. Don't worry about it. Cyclone Blade. 3 costs. Select a commander on the field and deal this damage equal to attack of an enemy follower on the field. Another Fight Bear. This has a lot of Fight Bears. Got a nice new card from the latest set. This is Confront Adversary, which summons both a normal knight and a shield knight, so you get your board guy and another 1/1. Then, if there is something that costs 6 or more on the field, give those both +3/+3 and recover 2 play points. So being a 2 play point spell means that's essentially free, and then you're able to get 2 4/4s, one that has ward. Pretty solid if you're able to get both the normal effects off. Why are you here? Actually, I know. Wingy! Little Word Boy. This is a Havencraft card that evolves into this, and when it evolves, you're able to, you know, search your deck for something that has 2 or less attack. Interesting card. I've never really unlocked its true potential in Havencraft itself, but I guess when a lot of you guys Weenie Hut Jr. and they just turn into big buffs from other buffs, that's pretty okay. Going back to generic. Speaking of the card, oh, it is in here. Nice. Remember earlier when I was talking about this combo that just flips all your evolutions back down? When she evolves, she do the same thing. You get play points back. So you get 2 copies of the same card effectively. Really cool. It's something that I like to use a lot in standard when there's just a random extra slot in my evolution pile. Just boom, reset evolution deck. We got the Angel. Awesome. This is another new card that I was worried I'd have to pick up more copies of. So good that she's in here. 3 costs 2/5, who has the quick effect to rest her and deal 2 damage to each enemy leader. That's whatever. I mean, it's a global burn to each player, so that's decent. But the most important part is her ability. While this is on the field, your leader cannot take ability damage, so you have to just take PvPs to the face. You can't take any burn effects. Really restrictive card. This could be great for burn matchups, I guess. If not, this goes in my standard deck where I would like to have a second copy. Got another Grass Boy, the Deliberate Demon, who's a 4-cost 4/4 fanfare and last 4, so same ability procs twice, and that ability is deal 1 damage to each enemy leader and each enemy follower on the field. So second card in a row that just global burns. Being able to ping 1 for the field as well is pretty nice. If they have a lot of weaker followers, you can eradicate them that way. There she is. I was wondering if you showed up. Another classic set 1 card, Floral Fencer, I guess trial deck card, whatever. 3-cost 3/3 evolve for 1, she evolves with this and makes you an army. Case in point, one of these, and one of these. So it's effectively a 3-cost to make 3 guys. One that can attack right away and has 4/4, and you just make a field on it. This is a staple in Swordcraft. I'm not the biggest follower of her, because a lot of times I'd much rather do anything else with the 3 play points, but hey, good card is good for a reason. Another card that was in the previous deck, but we'll go over it real quick. Main Leader, 1/1 evolves for 2, becomes this chick, who's a 2/2, and lets you search for any unit with the evolving ability. So she chooses all your evolvers, which goes hand in hand with Arthur, I guess. You got one of the best cards in Swordcraft in the Gemstone Commander, who just straight up lets you search for a Swordcraft card. Cool. 1-drop staples. 2/1, when he comes out, he's able to rest something, so you can attack it right away. And then you have the ability to also just rest him to rest another guy. So he's really good at just baiting your opponent into just having things to attack. And he's also a 2-drop, 2/1. It's pretty good stat line. Ooh, yeah, baby, he's in here. Please tell me that one's right here. We got the Disciple of Usurpation, who is, spoilers, in a deck that you'll see soon on this channel. 3-cost 3/2 has Storm, has a strike ability. That strike ability is that you mill a card. Is it off everyone, actually? Holy crap, that's off everyone. That's awesome. The way the Usurpation deck works is that you want to be able to mill a lot of cards off your opponent's deck so you can activate cool abilities, is that once they have 10, he's a 5/2. So really solid attacker. It's a 3-cost 5 damage effect, essentially, and the fact that it targets everyone's pretty cool. I'm kind of wondering if the other Usurpation cards are in here now. We got a Fervent Machine Soldier, who looks like a Gear Chronicle, and it makes me happy. If you discard a commander card, search your deck for up to 1 commander card, reveal it, add to hand, and shuffle. Once again, this is another thing that goes from mid to good, just because of all the commanders in this deck. 3-cost 3/4 is pretty good stat line though, and it's a gear. It's a Gear Chronicle. We have to run it. Moving on to a couple more spells. In Ambulance, we have the Whole Souled Swing. Quick 2-cost that deals 3 damage to something, and then puts the Knight in your EX area. A little worse than just calling it, because the EX area is your second hand. You have to pay a cost to bring it back up, but it still deals 3 damage and gives you a guy. We have another Arthurian card, which so far we've only seen the one Arthurian guy. Well, I guess King Arthur is too. But let's choose one of the following abilities. One of them, you can search your deck for an Arthurian card in your hand. And another one, you could target one of your Arthurian cards and give it a +1/+2 buff. This was in another deck. Just lets you search for a 1-cost spell. It's a 2-drop 1/2. Okay. I mean, here's a 1-cost spell right here. Soul Conversion. Lets you kill a guy, draw 2 cards. Classic Abyss. I guess it's okay because you're able to recur your guys back from drop zone in a couple different ways. Give us freaking Acolyte's Light. Classic Mind Control. Banishes a guy, kills it forever, and then you're able to gain a couple of life. Pretty solid. 4 cost is a little high, considering this deck's probably going to want to farm a bunch of little dudes, but whatever. More control's always nice. Ooh, Unicron Dancer in here. Very nice. There she is. Look at her go. Just on strike, you're able to gain 2 life. Pretty much it. She goes from a 2/2 to a 3/3, but it's fine because it's just life gain. Always good in a format where a lot of people are probably attacking you. I can talk about the combo. So remember how we just said Soul Convergence, the whole thing that lets you kill a thing and draw 2 cards? This is the reason why I run it in my Abyss deck that you'll see at some point in time. Essentially, it's Fanfare Last Words, so the same ability triggers twice. And that ability is draw a card. There's 2 ways to use this. You either just ram it into a little weenie and just boop, or play, draw a card. Their turn, you have 1 flame mana. Soul Conversion on it. You can draw 2 cards off Soul Conversion. Trigger, draw another card. Congrats, you've drawn 4 cards off of the same cost. So we got another Repeating Generic, who's a good card. Rosa, the Mech Queen Waden, who is a 2-drop 1/3 ward that evolves for 1. Into 2/4 with ward that lets you draw a card. Pretty basic, but pretty decent. You're just going to be able to draw a card and have ward on an okay body for a 2 cost. And she's another gear card. Look at that. Literally has gear in her name. We have Archer, who is in fact an archer. 2-cost 1/4 evolves for 1. Whenever another follower is put onto your field, select something, deal 1 damage. Okay, so this is going to be actually pretty good in the strats. The big thing behind Force is that they combo, they want to play a lot of cards every turn, so what you do with her is just play a bunch of little guys, ping, 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 ping. Same strat works here, I guess, except now instead of little fairies, you're playing a bunch of soldiers. When she evolves, she upgrades that ability into targeting 2 things instead of 1. So every time you play a guy, you can just ping 2 cards. Another rough card that evolves, Fila the Gentle Elephant, who's a 2-cost 2/1, whatever. When she evolves, she turns into a 3/2 and gives you your life to draw a card. So that's a cheap card that evolves, lets you draw a card, and gives your life back. Not bad. Why did they include Revolution? Whatever, quick waiters here. 1 cost, Storm, the classic boy. He evolves for 3 to do the same thing for 3. I don't know why they include Revolutions. It's whatever. You have 20 cards to evolve. There's 20 cards to evolve. This chick, I believe whenever you evolve something, it gains something. Yes, okay. I remember now Swordcraft. So 2 cost, 2/2, but whenever your follower you control is able to evolve, it gains 1/1. So she's quickly going to be able to ramp up, especially with Arthur's ability to just evolve things automatically. Pretty close to the end, making these go a lot faster now. Gonna remain Sierra, 2-drop 1/3, who on place is able to search your deck for Princess Follower, like the one that lets you evolve cards, whatever. Got Sonic the Hedgehog here, who's another evolving unit. It's a 2 cost, 1/3, evolves for 2. During your turn, whenever enemy follower goes to the dead zone, this gets the attack buff. So, Sonic the Hedgehog gets big fast. It comes 2/4, who gains an on-evolve ability, select an enemy follower, and deal 2 damage. So you can ping something to death and potentially proc his other ability. Then we got Tristan, another evolving Arthurian unit who has wards, 2/2 for 2, not bad. When he evolves, a 2/2 becomes a 3/3, remains ward, and gains the on-evolve ability to select an Arthurian card in your cemetery and add back to your hand. So this cycles back through a couple of Arthurian cards, including King Arthur. I'm just keep on bringing him up. This is the same, so I'm going to be the card I'm using my Gloryfinder. Then we got Craig once again, the Wizard of Evolution, who just lets you discard 2, draw 2 cards between his on-place effect happening twice basically. Once when you play him and then once you evolve it. Mini Soul Devil, who is a 2 cost 3/3. Whenever anything evolves, deal 2 damage to each enemy leader. Once again pairs nicely with Arthur. And our final cost is a pretty cheap evolving unit that just came out. Demon's Epitaph, who's a 2 cost 2/3. His evolve cost is just discarding a card, so you automatically do turn 2 no matter what. And then when he evolves, he becomes a 3/4 that has Death Touch, Bane, and last words to deal 2 damage to each opponent's leader. So that's a quick look at our Swordcraft deck, which means we have 1 left to go. I feel like Arthur's definitely going to be our Gloryfinder here, just because this specializes a lot in spamming evolution cards, and he lets you evolve for free. Pretty solid deck. You got little dorks, a lot of ways to buff little dorks, and a couple ways to get them back from your graveyard. So I, again, wonder if this will pair pretty decently with some Abysscraft stuff if you do want to modify it later. Solid deck. I'd say of the 3 we've gone over so far, second place. I mean, this is my favorite so far, by far. It's my favorite. So make sure you check out their opening on that. But we still got 1 more to go, and it is my main craft, and it is the other robot guy right next to her. So if you guys enjoy this kind of video, make sure to subscribe, put some comments down below, let me know that you enjoyed this kind of Shadowcraft opening, reveal, analysis, whatever you want to call it video. If you want to help me afford more openings like this, because these guys are expensive, be sure to check out my page on TCG Player, where I sell my own card game stuff. And until we show off Mr. Robot Man himself, always embrace the infinite.